You can watch SeemsGoodMagic.com team members live stream at www.twitch.tv/Inez27. If you enjoy our videos, you can support us by going to SeemsGoodMagic.com, clicking on eBay store, and purchasing some singles or playsets. Thanks and enjoy. Hey, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here for another 8-4 Gatecrash draft. Pretty strong pack here. Pretty good all around, actually. We pretty much can choose what guild we want to go into here. This is probably one of the best Ortsoff cards. Krakenura is one of the best Simic commons for sure. Pit Fight is an excellent common. Leaves us more open than both Krakenura and Kingpin's Pet. And it's removal, so I might just want to take that. Mystic Genesis is the rare. It's pretty good. But I think that I dig the Pit Fight the most here. I really do want the Krakenura, but I think Pit Fight's just all around better most of the time. Kingpin's Pet's really good. But I'd rather be in Simic and Gruul than Ortsoff, I think, this time around. But Syndic of Tides is bomb too. But yeah, we're going to take Pit Fight. I gotta take that Pit Fight. Alright, so what's the pick here? Simic Charm is pretty strong. It's probably the strongest card in the pack. Madcap Skills is very good. Fortress Cyclops is okay, not amazing. Burst of Strength's a good. Trick, Prophetic Prism's decent. I think we're just going to take the Simic Charm. It's a pretty strong one. Giant Growth, all your guys get hexproof or bounce a creature. All three of those modes are very versatile and useful. Okay. Third pick, Legionnaire, is a decent signal, but not an amazing one. I'm happy with the Rapid Hybridization. I like that card quite a bit. I think it's probably a little bit better than the Metropolis Sprite, just because it's uncommon. I think that's going to be the choice here, yeah. Okay. I don't mind doing like Simic Gruul. I've never really had a problem with that. So Xertos Wine is very good. Truefire Paladin is definitely the strongest card in the pack, but it's harder for me to imagine doing Simic Boros. And honestly, I'm just not a huge fan of going into Boros if I don't have to, but we may be getting cut here. Hopefully we can at least make it into Gruul or Simic. Diluvian Primordial is cool. It's a little bit expensive. I'd rather just have the Xertos Wine, I think. So I'm going to do that. Okay. So now we actually have a pick again. We can go a little bit deeper. Gruul, pick the Warmind Infantry. Even though it's Boros, but still. Otherwise, we just pick the Miming Slime, which is pretty good. It's really good for actually evolving stuff. But we only have one creature currently. I guess Xertos Wine's a little bit better on the splash than Warmind Infantry would be. Could also take the Snapjaw. I think I'm more interested in the Slime. There's enough upside to Miming Slime for sure. Warmind Infantry is good, but I'm not 100% that we're going into Gruul yet. Could also take the Metropolis Sprite, but I think I'd rather have the Miming Slime. Alright. So, actual, looks like Madcap Skills is going to be our choice here. Bunch of white cards, pretty good black card. Fairly late Spy, 6th pick. 6th pick Death's Approach is fairly late. Righteous Charge can go this late. Commandos usually goes late. Maneuver about the same. So it looks like this is a little bit of a Dimir signal, I would say. But seeing as we have 0 Dimir picks at the moment, I guess we have the Hybridization, and Simic Charm is splashable. But I guess we just take the Madcap Skills. Probably playing a little more Gruul. Alright, well we get a great pick here. Could take the Frilled Oculus, but I don't know, I'm kind of feeling this Rust Scarab. I really like this card a lot. It's a really strong creature. It's uncommon. I don't mind having multiples of them. It really is a game changer. Ember Beast is fine, and Frilled Oculus is actually really good, but I think I'd rather have the Rust Scarab. Okay. So we can do Bomber Core here. Signal the Clans. It's okay. It is foil. I hopefully don't take the foil rare. Not that I'm really going to play it, but that's pretty cool. I mean, it is a foil rare. And I'm not going to be too sad about missing out on whatever the hell I missed out on. Mystic Genesis is pretty good if you're in Simic. I will say that. Better than Sage's Road Denizen? I guess I'm not sure about that. But I think I'm actually going to take it. This card does pretty amazing things. Alright, we'll take the Burst of Strength here. Guess none of these really matter. Alright. So, I mean, we're getting cut a little bit, but we still ended up with some pretty damn good Simic and Gruul cards, in my opinion. This card's pretty unplayable unless you at least have 3 good creatures in your deck, but I guess currently we don't. We only have 3 creatures, as a matter of fact. Oh my god, Skirmisher's so strong. I hate passing that, but I think I have to. God, and we don't have a good first pick, really? Guess I'm picking Disciple. That's crazy. It's a disappointing first pick. I'd almost rather hate the Skirmisher, to be honest. This card is so devastatingly game-changing. I gotta pick it. There's not even... God, that's crazy. Alright, so pick here. Ooze Flux is really good if you have more Evolve, which we don't. So it looks like maybe I'm just supposed to shift into Boros. I have no idea. It's ridiculous, I know, but Boros Gruul, I guess we could do that. Civic looks like it's getting cut. I don't know. Just take the Warmine Infantry here. I think I'm cool with that. Alright. Rubble Belt Raiders is pretty good. Cloudfin Raptor is pretty good. Agoraphobia is pretty good. I think we probably take the rare, since I'd like to be in Gruul if we could make that work. The 2-drops are good too, but I like Rubble Belt Raiders quite a bit, now that I've finally played it and gotten a chance to see how good it is. Legion Loyalist foil is pretty cool, but I think Rubble Belt Raiders is pretty strong, actually. Alright, I think we do Slaughterhorn here, just get some more early creatures that we don't have a ton of. Otherwise it's Ruination Worm, but I don't think that's necessary yet. Alright, Slaughterhorn. Alright. Sapphire Drake, which is decent sign. Otherwise, Guildgate or Gruul Charm is actually pretty good too. In Simic, where you can just sit back, but I don't know if we can do Simic. I don't know if we're going to be able to make Simic work or not. Looks like we could probably dive into Gruul, possibly Gruul Boros. We don't have I mean, we have a few blue picks, but not like, what, we have like 3. So that's not horrible. It's not the end of the world. Alright, I think we just take the Charm. Sapphire Drake is quite strong, though. I actually like the Charm, though, because not only is it removal, but it lets you, like, get in at a certain point, too. Alright, I think we actually want this Prophetic Prism over the Boros Guildgate. Feel like we're going to need to fix some mana in this deck. Don't think we're getting away with 2-color. Do not think that's happening. Could also do Boros Keyrune, which gets us the white for the Skirmisher. But Prism is a 2-drop and nets me a card. I think it's going to be more important. Alright. Thunderfist versus Urbis Protector. Urbis Protector is really good. Mark for Death's pretty good too, just not in this deck. Maybe we take the Thunder Fist. We don't have any white yet. Doesn't look like that's super realistically happening. Alright, it's a late Zertos Swine, so that's a pretty good sign. I'll take that. Alright, we'll take the Key Rune here, I think, because we have all these 5-drops. Let's hide blue for now. Well, let's just show all. I'll just keep looking. So, Disciple versus Boros Key Rune. I mean, if we're in Gruul, we're going to need the 2 drops. But we have a weird deck. I think we're more of a late game deck, to be honest. I guess we take the Key Rune. As much as I like that 2-drop, I feel like with all the clunkiness we have, we're going to be more of a clunk deck. Alright, Snapjaw, another 5-drop, or the Guildgate. Probably the Guildgate. Maybe we can make this Skirmisher work. Let's get super greedy. It's the way I like it. Alright, so I kind of need to figure out what direction I'm doing here. Let's start hiding blue and see what I come up with. Maybe we make the white work. $16 cards. Somehow splashing for that with a Prism, Key Rune, and Guildgate. I guess that's possible. Yeah, I need some goodies out of here. We're definitely getting a little skimped on playables here. Prefer to not do 4-color. Alright. This looks okay. So we could just take the 2-drop creature or the 3-drop creature. I feel like our deck wants 2 3s a little bit more. Crown Ceratok is also just sick. Currently have 0 2-drop creatures. Yeah. I think I gotta take the Skin Brand, but no, I think we're actually gonna take the Infantry. I'd rather have another 3-drop creature. God, I could just get super greedy at this 4-3. It's so good. The reason I want the Warmind is for the pit fight, if that makes sense. And it's a better blocker. I know it's supposed to be an attacker, but this deck looks like I don't have enough early defense. I guess 2-drops do just trade with stuff. And we're just short on creatures. This is tough. I guess I gotta take the 2-drop since we literally have 0. Wow, alright, well we got a Crown Ceratok now, so I'm gonna take that. It's a good 4-drop. This 7-drop I'd like to play, but for now we just need to get some creatures. Alright. Drakewing's sweet. We're going to take the Slaughterhorn. Just get as many creatures as we can. Stolen Identity. Oh my god. Card is so strong. We really need this Disciple. Stolen is so strong. I think we got to take the Disciple, sadly. Take the Verdant Haven. That might actually be pretty good. That could make this Skirmisher pretty realistic, actually. And it gets us to our 5-drops faster, but maybe that's... I still only have 12 creatures. That's pretty short. I do kind of want this Verdant Haven. We feel more like a Verdant Haven deck than an Active Treason deck. Even though we don't have a ton of mana sinks, I guess. I feel like a blue splash is more realistic, too. If I need it. If I have Verdant Haven. Alright, Slaughterhorn versus Ivy Lane. Ivy Lane's pretty awesome. It's probably my favorite denizen. Slaughterhorn, though, consistent 3-drop creature at least would be nice. I think I'm too clunky to pick this denizen. So let's take the Slaughterhorn. Resistance, actually pretty playable in here. Looks like we get online a little bit later than most. Wildwood Rebirth's good when you have triple Slaughterhorn. Guess we're short on creatures, but I really don't like Armored Transport. I'm going to take this. Just all blue. This is probably the best card. Wow, alright. Got the Ruination Worm. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that card's playable, I guess. Wow. Fourth to last pick. Death's Approach, really? Well, I think I got enough playables. It's an interesting deck, that's for sure. I'm probably playing Angelic Skirmisher, although I guess it's not 100%. Bioshift. Alright, looks like we got ourselves a deck here. And one that's probably good enough, in all honesty. Probably going to try and splash for that Skirmisher. I know it's double white and greedy, but honestly, this card is just stupid. This card is just stupid, stupid strong. So that's 16. Oh, let's get the red in there. So that's 20. Alright, let's get the Prism in here. Let's get the Key Rune in here. And Skirmisher. Okay. Yeah, this deck looks reasonable, actually. It really all came together at the end. But yeah, this deck is acceptable. We actually don't have a ton of mana sinks, I guess. But I do want to be able to get this Skirmisher out, so let's get the Guildgate in there. We have the Prism. Was that all my mana fixing? I guess it was. The Key Rune, the Prism, the Guildgate. So I have 3 ways to get white sources already, but I'm going to need 2 for this. How color intensive is my deck? I mean, Rubble Belt Raiders is at least red or green, so this still generates a piece of it. I'm certainly more green than red. Let's see what they suggest. They say 1 plains, 9 forests, 6. I don't know how much I like that. Maybe something like this, because this generates red too. This generates green. So 9 sources of green, 9 sources of red. Yeah, maybe I can cut another red for another white. So this way it's, well, let me look at this. So it's 9 sources of green with the Prism, 6, 7, 8 sources of red, and then 6 sources of white. Yeah, that's probably good, actually. Oh, and there's also Verdant Haven, too. That's right. So I have plenty of fixing in this deck. I do need green. But I think actually this mana base to me is acceptable. So there's like 9 with the Prism. Okay. Yeah, I think this is acceptable. This deck looks interesting. It really all came together in the last pack there. I do think Skirmisher is worth splashing for more than a Charm or a Rapid Hybridization or a Gridlock, I think. Pretty sure. Because all of these cards are pretty playable. I'm not playing anything super lackluster in here that I can see. Thunderfist, maybe, but the fact that I can actually give it Vigilance. I actually like this card. I just like Thunderfist for some reason. Played him recently, and I think he's good. So, I guess we do have a fair amount of ramp, which seems unnecessary. But since I'm going 3 colors, I don't really feel like cutting a land, unfortunately, for me. Because I feel like it's not the worst idea to do so. But I'm going to run it like this, so I'll see you round 1.